So any doubts, guys?
Excuse me, sir. One question.
Yes, please.
Sir, you said that there is one default job is there. Uh,
Hmm.
so what will be the role of that default job?
That is going to be purge the history of the tables. That is going to be purge the history of the tables, Harminder.
Uh, Purge means, sir?
Purge means it's a kind of compression.
Okay, right, sir.
Right. Any other questions, guys? So in the last class we discussed about okay uh, jobs, maintenance plans, setting up the jobs. Okay, and we also discussed about monitoring jobs, how to create the jobs, how to monitor the jobs if something went wrong, how to check it, where to check it, monitoring maintenance plans. Okay, so we just discussed all the things about the jobs and maintenance in the last class, right? I asked you to create a job for taking backups of all the databases with the date and timestamp. I guess two or three people tried. I didn't receive any updates from others. So anyone tried, guys? Please raise your hands. How many of you tried? Saket, okay. And Satyam, Sandhya also tried. Pradeep, okay. Good guys, okay. So if anyone tried, if it was failed, that's okay. You can still again try, not an issue. Uh, okay. So if you still have doubts how to do that in my YouTube channel, okay. I just created a video for that, taking backups with the date and timestamp. You can go and check there. There you can see. Okay, it's a small code, very simple code. Okay, and you have to simply change the path of the uh, location of the backup files, and you have to change the you have to include a timestamp in that script. Okay, so just try it. You'll get an idea how to take the backups with the date and timestamp and all. Okay. Right. So today we'll discuss about the alerts, guys. So how to configure alerts, in what cases you are going to use alerts. Okay, how many types of alerts are there, right? So we'll discuss about the SQL Server alerts, SQL Server alerts. Okay. So usually, okay, sometimes people are going to use some third-party tools to monitor the SQL Server. Okay, to monitor the SQL Server, they are going to use third-party tools. Like we have different third-party tools. Okay, SolarWinds. Okay, is the third-party tool. It's a performance monitoring tool. Okay, you can call it as a monitoring tool. This is one kind of third-party tool, famous third-party tool for monitoring your SQL Server, guys. In case if your SQL Server is down, if your agent service is down, or any of the data files are going to full or full already, Okay, if CPU utilization is 100%, memory utilization is 100%. Okay, so everything you can monitor easily using your SolarWinds softwares and all that. Those are third-party softwares that you have to buy. Okay, with extra money and all. Again, you have to buy the license with extra money, right? But we don't use any. Usually, 80% people don't use any third-party tools. They will simply depends on SQL Server. Okay, they'll simply depends on SQL Server monitoring tools only. That is called native monitoring. If you are doing anything using SQL Server, that is native. If you are taking backups using SQL Server, native backups. Okay, if you are monitoring SQL Server using SQL Server tools, okay, that is your native monitoring. Native means using SQL Server, right? So we are going to take the help of the SQL Server. Along with that, we are going to take the help of SCOM also. They will ask you in the interview, okay, what monitoring tools you are using. You can tell them we are using SQL Server monitoring and we are using SCOM monitoring. SCOM monitoring is from Windows. Okay, so Windows people are going to configure this SCOM monitoring or SCOM monitoring. Okay, SCOM or SCOM monitoring, you can tell. Okay, so Windows people are going to configure, like in case if any drive, the whole drive is going to full. If you see here, we have a drive here, right? So here, uh, drives are going to be controlled by the Windows team, right? Drives, how many drives we have, those drives. And services, if you go to services.msc, if any service is down, okay, using SCOM monitoring, you can set up a monitor. First of all, why we have to alert us, guys? Why? What is the use of alerting? Tell me first. How we are going to do that is a different thing. What is the need of alerting, first of all? What if it don't alert us? What will happen? Performance degrades. That's okay, acceptable. Main important point.
Any error getting?
Okay, it will run smoothly. That is the answer for almost all the questions. It will run smoothly. Okay, exact answer I need. Okay. Any
Yes.
errors? Sorry, any error?
Any error getting?
Okay.
We need alert.
Okay. Error means something happened. Okay. So, but I want to get an alert before it is going to happen. Right? Say, for example, we're all, most of us having an experienced car, right? So, if you go inside the car, usually, okay, it is going to alert us in multiple ways. It is going to alert us. If you don't close the all the doors, it will alert us. You will get a beep sound. If the driver is not using the seat belt, again it is going to alert us. So alert means which is going to stop an accident. You can call it as an accident, a bad thing. Okay, alert means it is going to alert us means what? It is going to stop a bad thing. It's going to in case of in our terms, it is an incident. Incident means what? Something happened. Okay, so what your alert will do, guys, it is going to alert us, hey, your data file is almost going to full. If your data file is full, that is an incident. If your data file is going to full, that is an alert. Means 90% it reaches. You have to concentrate. If it reaches 100%, you don't get time to troubleshoot. If it reaches 90%, like petrol in the car, you can see petrol meter, right? You can see, right? So there, if the petrol is reaches less than the minimum value, it is going to alert us. Why? Because if complete petrol is over, again it is very difficult to manage. Okay, but it will set at 10% or 20 percentage. They will set, the manufacturing company will set 10 or 20 percentage of the tank. If it reaches that pointer is reaches 10 or 20 percentage of the tank, it is going to alert us, no petrol, no petrol. The petrol symbol will blink, right? So this kind of alerts are going to stop the incidents. If you don't concentrate on alerts, okay, so it might leads to 100 percentage. In case of this car example, the petrol symbol is blinking, but still you are not concentrating, or still you are not, okay, going to any petrol bunk. So after some time, what happened, all the petrol will consume, and finally nothing will be there. Or else if you don't close all the doors, even though it is alerting us, then again there is an issue. If you don't put the seat belt, again, okay, there is an issue. So some alert is going to alert us, okay, in case of anything goes wrong. Don't think errors. Errors means something already happened, but alert means it is going to alert us before this error. So I need alerts on lot of the things. Why? Because imagine I'm having 10 databases. Imagine just 10 databases in the SQL server. 10 databases means minimum how many files will be there? Minimum how many data files and log files will be there? Minimum. Worst
20,
case
20,
20.
20.
Each database 2 files, 10 into 2, 20 files will be there. So is it possible to monitor how many of these 20 data files or 20 log files or 20 files are going to full or already full? Is it possible to monitor like that manually, like that? How many servers will monitor every day? How many servers we are going to monitor? It's very difficult task, right? What if I don't monitor? Okay, done. You don't monitor the data file usage, okay, or free space in the drives. What happened? Your data file is going to full, your drive is going to full. If the drive is going to full, your application will be down. If you set only, hey, I have to get an alert only if my application is down. If you set like that, you will get an alert when when the application is down. But the thing is, imagine to fix the error, it might take 1 hour, it might take 2 hours, it might take 3 hours, it might take one day. That particular time is a downtime, right? Customers won't agree for that time. So you have to fix before it is going to be down. So that is the usage of the alerts. If data file 90% it reaches 90%, we have to get an email. Hey, and so server, so and so database reaches 90%. So that before reaching it to 100%, we'll get some buffer time to fix the issue. If log file reaches 90%, that is your threshold value. 90% you want to set, 95% you want to set, 80% you want to set, that is your threshold value. Okay, so you want to set what is your threshold value, you can set anything. If you set it up for 50 percentage, you will get an email. Hey, on this database, on this so and so server, the data file is almost 50% full or more than 50% full, like that you will get an email. So that you will get an email only particular to that particular database or server, so that you can concentrate and you can fix it before it reaches to 100%. Like that we have to concentrate lot of things. If SQL service is down, okay, if any of these SQL services are down, I have to get an email. So these are the OS level things, right? So this service is down, okay, and drives more than 90 percentage occupied drives, okay, less than 10% free space and all will be controlled by the Windows monitoring tool, that is a SCOM, okay, right? So that's I don't want like we don't have setup to discuss those things. Okay, so simply we'll discuss some alerts. You have to know how alerting system and all will work. You have to know. Okay, we don't discuss all the alerts and we don't configure first of all these services and all, and the drive. Okay, drive capacity alerts and all will be configured by the Windows team. Okay, so in our hands we can configure data file is if any data file is 90% is full or log file is 90% is full or any blockings more than 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 depends upon the organization, or my CPU utilization is more than 90 percentage, okay, or my memory utilization is more than 90 percentage. So it's very important, guys. If you don't concentrate on CPU utilization and memory utilization, what happened? It will reaches to 100 percentage, and if it reaches to 100 percentage, okay, your server will be hanged, and to fix that issue you have to restart the server. Okay, so restarting the server means restarting the application, which is a downtime activity. So I'll set an alert. Okay, this CPU reaches 90 percentage. I have to get an alert. If it reaches 90 percentage means then again it might reach 95, 100. So once it touches the value, you can see, right, which is fluctuating. Once it touches 90 percentage, you will immediately get an email. Once this memory touches 90 percentage, you'll immediately get an email so that you can log into that particular server and you can see which is causing CPU consumption, which is causing memory consumption. Okay, so like this we can set up alerts, guys. So alerts basically they are going to save us, okay, instead of waiting till last minute. Okay, so alerts are going to save us to overcome these kind of issues and all. So we have to configure alerts for SQL server, guys. Okay, if you don't configure alerts, it will take a it can be a big issue. If again it's very difficult to monitor each and every data file, each and every log file, each and every CPU, each and every server memory utilization, each and every server blockings and all. So that's why we usually go for okay alerting system and all. Okay, so we can also set up error related alerts also. 18456 something, someone is trying to log into the server, it's not allowing due to some bad credentials or account is not there, then you can set up an alert so that if anyone trying to log into the SQL server, if it throws 18456 error, we'll immediately get an alert to your to our mail IDs, guys, to our Outlook. We'll immediately get an email on so and so server 18456 error. 18456 error means when we are going to get it, in case if there is no login in the SQL server, but you are trying to log into the SQL server, in case if you are giving wrong password, wrong username, in all these scenarios you will get 18456. So not only alerting, it is not only going to alert us if the data file is completely full. See, if the data file is 90% full, you got an email, no one concentrated. If data file is 95% full, the DBA team got an email, but no one in the shift check that one. Once after 90 95 it will reach 100 percentage, right? 100 percentage means data file full. Data file full means that is an error. Okay, for data file full error there is an error number, so you can configure alerts based on error numbers also. So we have three types of alerts, guys. Okay, three types of alerts, mainly three types of alerts we have. One is SQL server event alert. Okay, second one is SQL server performance condition alert. Third one is WMA event alerts, guys. So it will take the help of the database mail. Okay, if something went wrong, then whatever alert you are going to create, that will okay triggered, and once it was triggered, it will send an email to your Outlook mail ID using your database mail ID. The DBA mail ID will be there, right? Group mail ID. Okay, so it will take the help of the database mail, guys. So database mail, okay, using database mail, it is going to send an email. So and so something happened on this server on this database. So like that, you are going to get a okay notifications and all, right? So clear about alerting, guys. Any doubts in the alerting? I'll show you how to do that. But is it clear till now whatever we discussed?
Yes, sir.
Right. Chalo. Okay, so
So,
first of yes, please. Any questions? Right. So first of all, we'll configure database mail. I'll show you how to do that, but it won't work it. Okay. But I'll show you how to do that, how to configure database mail and all. Why? Because we don't have Outlook server, right? We don't have mail server setup. In the organization, we'll have Outlook mail server setup, so it will work perfectly fine. But here we don't have Outlook mail server and all. We'll try with the Gmail, but for earlier versions, it used to work. Okay, for 2012 SQL Server 2012 version, but 2017 Gmail is not working. So if still you want to check, go to my YouTube channel. Okay, in that YouTube channel there you can see how to configure database mail. I just explained the way is same, but with example I just shown you. Okay, getting the mails to your Gmail inbox and all I just shown you. Okay, the demo and all I just shown you, but here I'll only concentrate to configure the database mail, but you don't see any, okay, what we can say, you don't get any emails to your Gmail. Why? Because we don't have Outlook server. Okay, so just go to my channel and there go to just video section, type, okay, what we can say, database mail, guys. Just type database mail. SQL DBA classes. Just type mail. Okay, you can see this is the old one. Okay, 2 years ago it was uploaded. Go and check it, guys. In that I just shown you how to configure database mail. Not only configuration. Okay, you can also see it won't work. This is for 2017 again. Okay, you can also see how we are going to get an email if something goes wrong, how we'll get an email. Okay, like that also you can see using this configure database mail video. Okay, so just check it, guys. So let's go on configure database mail. It's very easy. Okay, not an issue. Right click on, you can see under management, you can see database mail, guys. Right click, configure database mail. Okay, next. We This is for the first time, right? So set up database mail by performing the following tasks. So it has to, we have to set up email account and SMTP accounts. SMTP means it's a server, guys. SMTP server, simple mail transfer protocol. It's a mail server. Okay, specify profile security, configure system parameters. These all these things it is going to, we are going to configure now. Okay, go to next. It is asking this feature is currently not running. Do you want me to enable this one? It's not enabled as of now. We have to enable it. Just click yes. Okay, the profile name, you can set this profile name as anything, SQL DBA profile. Okay, no issues. You have to click on add SMTP account. You have to add it, guys. Means what is the account? Means, see, I want to send an email. Means what I should have, guys. First of all, I want to send an email to you. What I should have?
Email ID.
I
Email,
should have
email
my
ID.
own email ID,
Email
right? I
address.
cannot log into your email ID and I cannot send an email to you. I want to send an email ID to email to you. That means I should have my own account first of all. I should have my own email ID. I should have my own password. Then I have to log into that particular email ID. Then I can send an email. This is also same account name. Okay, DBA account. Right, description no need to mention. Email ID I am going to use real time IT training. Okay, real time IT @gmail.com. Right, display name not needed. Reply email not needed. Server SM, we are using Gmail. Okay, server. Okay, Gmail server. So what is the server name for the Gmail? What is the server name? Any idea? Okay, so smtp.gmail.com. Okay, and for every server there is a port number. 25 is the Outlook server port number. Okay, by default it will take the Outlook port number. For Gmail it is a 587 is the port number. Okay, so the secure, it should be secured, guys. And authentication you have to give, see which account you gave. From this account I have to send an email to my DBAs. This means from this real-time IT trainings @gmail.com you have to send an email to the recipients, right? So you have to mention that Gmail ID, and this to log into this Gmail ID will give one password, right? This is the Gmail ID. To log into this Gmail ID, I'll give one password, right, in the gmail.com. What is the Gmail ID password of this account? That password you have to mention here. Okay, that password you have to mention here. Username, okay, same Gmail ID, username control C, control V, and okay, the password I'm mentioning. Okay, right. So this is not new password. Again, I'm saying this is my Gmail password, guys. Okay, Gmail password. I am not giving new password and all. This is my Gmail password. That's it. Click OK. Done. Next, it should be a public profile. Okay, default profile. In case if you have multiple profiles, it has to send emails through this default profile. You can send like that. Next, these are some parameters, guys. So for example, if first time it was try sending email, if it was failed, how many times? Next time, okay, how many times it has to send? As of now it is one, means it will send only one time. Okay, if you set it as two, means that means, okay, if first time it was failed sending email, next time it will again retry, guys. It is going to retry. Okay, so like that you can see some attachments it has to block. Why? Because people might use this feature, okay, for sending any unwanted emails and all. So it has to block these. No one can export these files, no one can send emails using these .exe, .dll, .vbs, .js scripts and all. No one can send emails, okay, by attaching these files. Why? Because you might transfer my company data. So I just prohibited attaching these files in the emails and all. Okay, account retry time 60 seconds. Okay, after 60 seconds again it will try. So like this, guys. Okay, we don't change any options here. Keep it as it is. Just click finish. This is how we'll configure database mail. That's it. Okay, so this is how we are going to configure database mail, guys. right? So now once you configure database mail, you can set up a notification for every job. Imagine this is this job, guys. I want to set up a notification. So go to notification. In case if this job goes, if this job is failed, I want to get an email. So select email and you can see operator will be there. When the job fail, you have to get an email. You have to select this option and click OK. Then once this job is failed, automatically that real-time IT trainings will send an email to operator, whatever there in the operator, who is there in the operator, this is your DBA mail ID, right? To this whole group it is going to send an email. Hey, from real-time IT trainings you will get an email. You means this team, whoever there in this particular DB team, all will get an email, guys. Okay, so this is how your email account will work, email ID will work, database mail feature will work in the SQL server. Chalo, let's configure alerts, guys. So you can see here under SQL Server Agent, we just discussed jobs. Okay, job activity monitor is one excellent tool, guys. You can see all the jobs here, job names, whether jobs are enabled or disabled, what is the status of the jobs. If the jobs are running, you can see running. If the status executing, running means executing, you can see the status is executing. If it was cancelled, you can see cancelled. If it was idle, you can see means currently not running. Okay, when last run, when this job it ran last time. Okay, you can see here. For maintenance plans, you don't see anything. Okay, oh, when it was last, okay, this was not run, guys. This is DBC check DB, right? So this was not ran, so that's why a last run outcome it is showing unknown. Might be we just schedule it for every Sunday, I guess. Okay, so this job will run during the Sunday, guys. Okay, and what is the last run outcome, whether it is succeeded or failed, you can see here. Okay, when it was last ran, okay, you can see here, this is the time last time we ran these jobs. And when again this next time these jobs will run. Okay, at 17th, guys, 17th at 12 o'clock this job will run. 17th again at 12 o'clock full backup maintenance plan will run. Okay, 17th at 2 a.m. again this full backup job will run. Like this, what is the category of the job, you can see here, and whether this job is runnable or not runnable, scheduled or not, everything you can see under job activity monitor. Will use this activity monitor for monitoring job related things and all, guys. Okay, just a minute, guys. Right. Okay. So you can close this job activity monitor, right? You can see alerts. Okay. So as of now, there are no alerts, guys. Alerts, you can see empty. So right click on alerts, new alerts, right? So I want to see, there are three types of alerts we discussed, right? You can see type of alert, SQL Server event alert, performance condition alert, WMA event alert. So when we have to use event alert, so guys, if you have an exact error number, then you can configure event alert. If you have an exact error number, then you can configure the event alert, guys. Okay, so tell me any error numbers till now. Any error numbers, whatever you remember till now, any error numbers.
18456
That is for
for the wrong credential, or if the user is trying to log in.
login failure. Okay,
If
we can say it is a
Yeah,
login failure, right? So let's go and configure an email for that, an alert for that login failure. Okay, just a minute, it was disconnected. Any other error numbers, guys? Okay, login failure. Right, that is a event alert. So I know exact error number. If you know exact error number, then configure event alert. Okay, so on all databases keep it as it is. What is the error number? 18456. Done. That's it. What it has to do, go to response phase. It has to send an email to whom? To the operator. Select the operators. Which operator? I have SQL DB operator. Select email. That's it, guys. This is how we'll configure the alerts. If now if database mail feature is working fine, okay, now I'll try to generate 11845 error, guys. Okay, so see here, in this case I got 18456 error. If database mail feature is working fine, now it will send an email to the whole DBA team. It will send an email to the SQL DBA at the rate tcs.com operator is there, right? So it will send an email to the particular operator. If anyone is, why? Because this is very important, guys. If anyone is trying to log into the server unwantedly, okay, by giving wrong credentials and all, we have to get an email, right? So whether sometimes people are going to forgot their passwords and all. So in that case, if they are keep on trying to log into the SQL server still, then also we have to get an email. Okay, which is very important. So this is how we'll get an email. So immediately once we triggered 18456 error, immediately, okay, it will send an email. The real-time IT trainings will send an email to the SQL DBS at the rate tcs.com that that account not existed, but it will work like that. Okay, guys. So if you want to see the database, as the database mail has sent an email or not, go to database mail, right click view database mail log. There you can see whether it started sending emails or not, guys. Okay, whether it started sending emails or not, you can see here. So it hasn't started emails. So let me show you, like test email, you want to send a test email. Okay, so you can mention test emails to, I want to send email, tell me any email ID, guys, any email ID. Yes, let me reconnect. It is showing 1 minute. Please reconnect, guys, using the same link.